John, we're going to look ahead to another big weekend action. We've got 3 matches in the space of, quick maths, 19 hours or so at Armadale, of course. 2 academy matches on Friday and then the Youth Championship on Saturday. So, yes, it might be the end of the Monarchs Championship campaign, albeit we do hope there's a BSN final still to come. Certainly, still a lot of action to come at Armadale.
Absolutely. Tomorrow night there's 30 heats of speedway. They're looking to get themselves up the table. Oh, hello. They're looking to get themselves up the table, and tomorrow night they've got 2 tough fixtures. The Scunthorpe Sheffield one, I think it's 20 odd points they've got to claim back to try and get the bonus point there. The Belle Vue one looks a tough one though, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? William Cairns, he'll be the man on everyone's lips and everyone wanting to see, but that's probably the one main thing to remember. You see on your screen there, with being the doubleheader, 7 p.m. tapes up for the first match tomorrow, Scunthorpe versus Sheffield. First up, a couple of changes for that Scunthorpe Sheffield team, of course, with Scunthorpe in action in the championship playoffs they've got tomorrow night. So you will see on screen Danny Phillips, he steps in at number 1, and it's Ryder replacement at number 5. So I don't think we're being overly nasty or harsh here, but Danny Phillips, we all know what he's capable of, but it does kind of massively weaken Scunthorpe when you lose 2 riders. I mean, Ablett and Harrison went through the card, didn't they, when the Monarchs Academy were down at Scunthorpe. We saw how well they can ride Armadale just a few weeks ago in that BSN Series semi-final. So you can't take anyone for granted. Owen Booth, another one who steps in for Keane Dickon at the bottom end. Remiss of me not to mention that in the first place. Can't take anything for granted, but it's probably a team that comes to Armadale without that top end punch that maybe would have been expecting against them.
Graham, if the Monarchs season has told us anything, is not to take anyone for granted. And we're certainly not going to do that at academy level either. You're right in what you say. It certainly looks like it favours the Monarchs not having Ablett and Harrison there. But again, we can't take anyone for granted. The guys have got to step up, do a professional job, go out there. And, it probably means that if we're thinking that, can we then go and get the bonus point? Because like you said, Ablett and Harrison were so good down there, and I'm sure they would have been just as good up here. So it gives us an opportunity. And a reminder, it's 7 o'clock start, not 7:30.
Yep, that's it. Scunthorpe up first. And the great thing, as we've sort of seen when the teams are up there, the Monarchs Academy are planned to be at full strength. So a good chance for the likes of Connor, Sam and Max to finish their season on a high. Mark probably had his best meeting in the academy lineup down at Belle Vue the other week, so he'll be looking to carry that on. Mason Watson, he was excellent, of course, in the academy's last home match. So still a good chance for Scott Wilson's men to finish on a high. 3 home matches remaining. 9 points technically available. There'll be a few, Leicester bring their own challenges in 7 days' time, as I think they're unbeaten, aren't they, and league champions. But a good chance for the Monarchs Academy boys to kind of show up a bit towards the end of the season.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for Connor, Sam and Max Perry to go out there and show us exactly what they can do. I guess we've watched Connor this season. We know what he can do. I was impressed with Max Perry's gating in the last Monarchs Academy match. He was quick out the start. And once he got himself in front, very, very difficult to get past. So if those 3 guys, they're going to be key for us. We've got Kieran down there at reserve as well. If he can chip in with some points, then I think we've certainly got it in us to beat Scunthorpe. Can we get the bonus point? That'll be the big question.
Yep, that's the question. That one. We'll then move on after that, and it's Belle Vue Colts. And as we said, you can't forget any of the Colts lineup, but the introduction he's made to League Speedway, and certainly being at reserve as well, there'll be a lot of eyes on young William Cairns.
Yeah, that was the bit that surprised me. I knew he was coming up, and I'd actually got my lines through from Mike Hunter. Usually does a bit of a prep for Liam and I for a Friday night, and he sent the stuff through, and I'm going, he can't have William Cairns at number 6. That can't be right. But no, it's right, and he's going to be something to watch, and he's going to be a real key for them at reserve to have a guy that's going as well as he is, and it'll be a pleasure to watch him around Armadale. Sam Hagen, you look at that average you've got there, 11. Has anyone actually beat him? to get an average like that. And Freddie Hodder and Matt Marson. So that's not going to be an easy. It's going to probably be the old game of two halves, isn't it? On Friday night, that'll be a tougher fixture for the academy, but they'll have had their track time. They'll be ready to go. Maybe a wee bit tired after being out there for the first meeting, but I think they're in for a tough night at Speedway. But they'll relish that. They'll love the track time. They'll be happy to get out there. These young lads, they'll especially. I know we'll talk a wee bit about the youth academy fixture on Saturday in a wee bit, but the difference in watching the academy matches and then the championship, as soon as they can get out on that track, these guys are ready to go. They're sitting their bikes. The youth academy one is incredible because they're sitting there, the bikes, and almost they're being held back. You know what? They've crossed the line in the race before them, and they're like, right, can I go? Can I go? Can I go? And you watch them for the tower, and they're being told by their parents or track marshals, whoever, no, hold on, wait a minute, and they're round there, and watch the difference in the clock, the 2-minute clock above the start gate between the youth academy matches and and even the academy matches compared to the championship. They're usually about a minute and 30, and the referee can put the tapes up because these young lads are raring to go. So no, they'll be well up for it and raring for it tomorrow night.
Yep, that's it. It's a big double for Scott Wilson and his men. They'll be looking to put 4 points as a minimum on the board, with a chance as many as 6. You touched on it there, John. Of course, Saturday we does see the British Youth Championship and another bumper day of Speedway, all classes. So that's 500, 250, 125 and 125 support. 130 tapes are up at Armadale. From memory, last year was it 32 heats or 28 heats or something like that across the day. So plenty of Speedway action there again.
And it's just as well, the guys are keen to go, because I think you're right when you said 32 from memory. I don't think I was there last year, but the year before, I'm sure I was there, and it was something like 32 heats. But in fairness, they just bang, they're straight through them. And they probably cram 32 heats into some southern tracks, managed to put 15 in, because they really do crack on with them. But it's a cracking day, and it's funny now as the years go on that I've been doing them. You start to see some of these names coming through, and you think, I know that name. How do I know that name?
Yeah.
And then you look, you go, that was a wee kid that was there, and a couple of years ago, 3-4 years ago. So it's great to see these guys coming through. Now they're coming through, but this is the future that you'll be watching on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, of course. And as some of the names that pop up on your screen, good, well-known academy names as well. The Hague boys, Rocco, Webb. Lee Harrison, he's the academy number 8. There's probably ones I'm forgetting in there as well, so apologies for that. But some good names in there. And then, Steen Piper, he's in that 500cc class. Cairns again, as we've spoken about. So, to be a chance to see him potentially as many as would that be 12 times or something on the Armadale Shale over the weekend. So yeah,
you're not telling me he's not going to get 7 rides on Friday night.
It's a fun, it's a fun weekend. A lot of Speedway action at Armadale, and then of course it's a big one for Josh on Sunday down at Redcar. I think is it a 3 p.m. tapes up or 2 p.m. tapes up at Redcar on Sunday. It's the Championship League Riders Championship, and you spoke to him kind of on the centre green last week, and he kind of said maybe what everyone was expecting. I'd spoken to him earlier the week, and he said no decision had been made yet. I could kind of sense that what way it was leaning, and he's confirmed that with that Polish contract in place, kind of 12 months maybe later than expected, what the end of last season was the end of this season. So it would be a fitting end to Josh if he could go out on a high.
Yeah, absolutely. It was every intention. Do you know something? In the times I've interviewed him at the end of the season last year and this year, it's never been he's never kind of went out and say, yeah, I'm away, see you later. Thanks for everything. And it's felt, insincere. Every time he's done it, he choked up last year when he was saying he was going to leave. He really loves the club. He loves the people that are there. But the guy's got aspirations of bigger things. And, no Monarch fan, and a lot of the comments on Facebook last week were, no Monarchs fans ever going to want to stand in the way of a guy. We're all immensely proud of guys like Max Frick. We switch our telly on a Saturday night and you think, there's a guy that won the league with us. Dan Bewley won a Grand Prix the other week. And I'm sitting at Cardiff telling people, started Edinburgh, you're immensely proud of the guy that he's gone on to do that as well. So I think, he's. I don't know why Poland's taken so long to take him under their wing. because he's a phenomenal rider. We've known that for a number of years now. But as you say, the contract's in place. He's off over there. He just couldn't do that Thursday night in Ipswich, Kings Lynn, Sheffield, Edinburgh Friday night, straight down. He wouldn't be doing himself justice in Poland. And let's not kid ourselves on, that's where people make their names these days, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So, we'll send Josh, and I know there's a busload of Monarchs fans heading down, so they'll be down cheering on Josh, loud and proud, and what is a pretty stacked lineup. I think that's on the BSN as well, so anyone that can't make it along, do get it on there and cheer Josh on from your sofa. Tomorrow night, as we've said, it's Academy action. Double header, 7 p.m. is the first match. Stellar Monarchs Academy versus the Scunthorpe / Sheffield Stags / Prowlers / something or other. That's followed up by the Stellar Monarchs Academy versus the Belle Vue Colts. Tickets are available at edinburghmonarchs.co.uk/tickets, or scan that QR code on screen. Myself and Mike. Actually, no, it's not myself and Mike. Myself and TBC, I forgot I need to sort that out. Will be on commentary up in the booth for that one. And then we do have a stream on Saturday also. So EMTV is your link for that, or again, the QR code on screen. So John, touching it a few times, we're rolling into September. This morning was the first woolly hat day when I took the dog for a walk before work this morning. The nights are rolling in, but wrap yourself up and get yourself along. That's the message I would say.
Absolutely, and the academy matches have been very entertaining. The guys are all, I was going to say, all of a similar level. They're not quite. There is obviously a lot of standouts, but it's I was going to sound like Kelvin Tatum there. It seems like proper speedway as well. It's guys that are, again, blood and guts is maybe not the right idea, but they're brave. They're willing to put their bikes in places that maybe a smarter head goes, oh no, I'm not sure about that. It's entertaining. I've really, really enjoyed covering the academy matches this season, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow night will not be any different. But I'm quite surprised. That recording timer says 14 minutes, and a man of you, like you, Graham, hasn't mentioned last Friday.
Last Friday, well, John.
I
wanted to focus on the academy, but of course it was nice for the Monarchs to finish their league campaign on a high. Always nice to beat your nearest and dearest. Always nice when it probably puts, if it wasn't the final nail, it was the second final nail, and then Josh and Paco went down to Workington on Saturday and hammered it in. And just a pity that, I better get myself in trouble here, but the referee Chris Gay decided that Dan Thompson, who'd made a flyer in the last when replays showed he never moved an inch. And fair play, but Chris Harris was absolutely exceptional. He went out and did the job in the rerun, because the bonus would have been nice as well, but maybe that was just being greedy.
Yeah, it was a great night's entertainment, in fairness as well. And again, and one guy, I spoke to him at the end and I said, if it wasn't for bad luck, you'd have no luck, as Lasse Fredriksson, who, the boy, actually, his bike stopped going into the first corner. There's nothing that Lasse can do, and piles into him. And, there's a couple of decisions there. Like you say, Dan Thompson's one that he hasn't moved, but Josh was away and gone, and it would have been a great way to finish his 15-point max. I saw Ryan, his mechanic, was kind of on the truck just in front of us in the tower, and you could see in his face, he was like, we really, really wanted that maximum. So I felt gutted for the two of them. But no, it was a cracking night again. Good night Speedway. And I suppose if we're going to finish the season, beating Glasgow is a good way to finish it, isn't it?
That's it. That was the Monarchs' end of the league campaign. The Academy end of the league campaign still to come. 3 home matches remaining, starting tomorrow night at 7. Once again, I'll just keep repeating that a bit ad nauseum. 7 p.m. tomorrow, and it will be fast and furious with 30 heats to get through. I know from these ones that, when we look at the schedule, it's 6:58, the 2 minutes will be going on. 7 p.m. it will be tapes up on Heat 1. So until then, thank you as always for watching. Myself and John, we will both be there tomorrow night. We hope everyone watching will be too. John, as always, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you tomorrow, and thanks everyone, and goodbye.
Goodbye.